among states in tracking illicit arms, despite the conference will do with 14. Ambassador was open and inclusive approach and to agree on a strong, forward-looking outcome of this conference.
One, which has been circulated among delegations, and I'm particularly grateful that the distinguished delegate of
programmatic areas of small arms.
We think the authorized trade is larger than the illicit trade, although the illicit trade may do more damage or may be more problematic, so it's not just a question of total value. But I think we can clearly say that the two combined would be over $10 billion because of what we know is already missing, and we know that there is a trade that is completely illegal.
It's particularly rich in content and analysis.
It's not easy to say if decriminalization would reduce violence. Actually, there are studies that show quite clearly that from an economic point of view, decriminalizing drugs would reduce the profits for the drug traffickers. So it's likely to make the market less attractive and probably to, as a consequence, to reduce violence.
Governments directly that they otherwise had not provided. The highest per capita arms holdings in the world we have identified as being here in the United States. But the United States, although these are very high-profile instances in which there is misuse of weapons, it doesn't necessarily mean that the U.S. is the largest number of incidents or the greatest homicide rate, which it isn't.
There needs to be a greater understanding of what's currently in Libya and what's currently in Syria, so that the policies of the future will be able to tackle those threats. And that information is not always available. As we've shown you today, I think a lot of governments are not transparent about their transfers, and that's what we're trying to do, both in terms of authorized transfers, but also in terms of these conflict areas.
Of homicides that involved a fire.